And what's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm reviewing Masterminds, released in 2015. It's not a very well known movie. I watched this at work, by the way, because I was super bored at work. We had like 7 total customers come up through a almost 6 hour shift. So I needed something to do. I do this pretty often. But I had time to watch one movie, Masterminds. And I didn't know going in to watch this movie, because I was just like, looking for something. It was not super long movie, past the time, whatever. That this movie is actually a biopic. And I didn't know that. It was about a biopic about one of the largest money heists on American soil, about the Loomis heist from the early 2000s. So I didn't know that going in, but how does it stack up as a movie? And I don't know anything about this Loomis heist or actually what it was about. But I got a lot of thoughts on the movie though, so let's jump right into it, shall we? And by the way, some people might also not know what the heist is about. Watching this video right now, you might think, oh, what's Loomis? Well, if you ever worked in any company that deals with money, which is every company, you know who Loomis is. They come by and they take the money, and so it's properly secured, and they have like the armored trucks and the bulletproof vests and all that sort of stuff. Funny enough, I'm wondering if that's what sparked the bulletproof vests, because in the movie they're not wearing any bulletproof vests. They're wearing like mailman outfits, or like more general security guard outfits, like mall security guard getup is the best they do. So I wonder if this is what sparked that. Curious, but anyway, I never thought I'd see a movie about working at Loomis. Odd thing to do, but I mean, also it's a biopic. I don't think they would ever do it just about working at Loomis, and it's not a biopic. So I gotta say, there's some very reputable actors in here. Owen Wilson, one of the female Ghostbusters is here. I don't remember her name. And the main character I do recognize, but I don't know his name off the top of my head. There's a few others that are in there as well. But my God, all these characters, a lot of them just feel sadistic. I think is the best way to put it. Especially the guy's wife. The guy himself is kind of like that at the beginning of the movie, but he goes through a character evolution to where he's like a fine character. And Owen Wilson's character's fine. His wife is in there, and she doesn't really do much. But the main character's wife, she's also not in the movie as much. I swear to God, I thought there was gonna be a serial killer side plot with her. I mean, this is not a dig on her acting skills at all, but I mean, the whole time, like, I thought this was gonna be this whole plot about getting married and all that sort of stuff. Because like they're about to get married, but they're obviously not very happy together. And I thought that was going to spark like a divorce plot or like a revenge plot or a serial killer plot or something. And it never really amounted to anything, which was really weird. I didn't expect them to just completely ignore that after the plot really kicks off. Because at that point, why have that? Obviously, in this case, it's a little different because it is a biopic, so you gotta have all the details in there setting it up. I don't know. Just felt really weird. This movie is also a comedy as such. It kind of came out at the very back end of these movies that of these types of comedy movies where it's very reliant on dumb gags, gross fart jokes, all that sort of stuff. It's more top heavy, front heavy with that as well. And there were a couple scenes in this movie that really grossed me the fuck out, like that tarantula eating scene. What the fuck was even that? Um, that was absolutely disgusting. I don't. That cannot have been super canon to the plot of the actual event. and you just threw that in there for laughs. I don't know. It got a one of these out of me. I didn't like it. But also there's like some other random ass fart jokes and stuff. Again, like I said, they really do ignore that once the plot kicks off. It really does turn into a more serious movie. Outside of a few, like the chase scenes are still really funny after that, and there's still a few other funny moments, but the volume and the frequency of them definitely goes down as the plot kicks in. So I don't know if that was necessarily the point. I feel like they could have worked in some more funny stuff after that, and they did, but maybe a little bit more to keep up more of that frequency. There was one really funny line early on in the movie during the scene when they're in the diner and they meet the guys originally. He's like, "Your tits sprung a leak. Why isn't it milk?" That was probably my favorite line in the entire movie. It was so funny because it captured this like dumb comedy so well. Something that after this and really around this time was starting to get ignored. But that was a good line. I really liked that one. Again, I know it's a biopic and that probably fucked up, but that heist was so reckless. It's kind of amazing to me that this is something that actually really happened in real life, because the way it plays out and how much money they stole and how crazy this actually is, and maybe the movie dumbs it down. Maybe it wasn't like this to a T. Again, I never known about this. I'm probably going to do a little bit of research into this because I'm curious now. But looking at it as a movie, it wasn't set up super well, in my opinion. And it's crazy to me how they fucking got away with this at all. And they got away with it for as long as they did. Jeez. Another character that I didn't like, especially at the beginning, was that Hitman guy. Again, that's another actor that I recognize, but I don't remember the name of him off the top of my head. I think he plays Ted Lasso as well. Could be wrong, but they looked familiar. Looked similar. But that guy was... especially at the beginning when we first meet him. It was super creepy, super uncomfortable. He becomes a cooler character later on, except for the fact that he drops like $5,000 in the toilet. Why did you do that? You could have taken the money and still tried to hurt him. Take it as like a bonus or something. That was shitty, but whatever. I mean, it was fine otherwise. He's a fine character at the end. Kind of a cool turnaround. Just that intro from him was super creepy. And then when the movie picks up with some like really cool action stuff, it's pretty cool. The final scene at the mansion is really awesome. And then also at the end, it was really, really cool kind of seeing them giving updates about the actual people that were involved with this and what's going on with their lives now, or at least in 2015 when this movie came out. I'm sure at least one of them is dead by now, but and like even one of them was like on set helping with the movie, the main guy who was involved in this. That was insane. So that was awesome. So I really liked that ending, but also like the final action scenes. They had real news clips from the incident, which I thought was really cool. So all together, it kind of really made it feel like a true biopic, and with how much stuff that with some of the actors and actual people involved, I would hope at least it's a pretty faithful rendition of what happened. But again, I don't know too much about this incident, so I'm going to call on you guys to let me know here. How, for those who maybe witnessed it in real time, like on TV, or know more about this, and have also seen this movie, what do you think, how faithful of a rendition is it? Did they ignore a lot of stuff? Did they glorify a lot of stuff? Did they get rid of a lot of stuff, or just make it worse? and what actually happened? I'd love to know in the comment section down below. So that's going to do it, though, for this review of Masterminds. I hope I said that before. I think I did. They made a game show called Masterminds as well. I think it was inspired by this movie. Probably not. For my final score, though, for this movie, 6. It's alright. It's a very forgettable movie for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I just was watching something to pass the time and wasn't really out looking to watch this movie. I don't know. It's not a bad movie, especially if you're into like criminal heists or like biopics even, or if you're a big like Owen Wilson or Ted Lasso fan, you'll probably really like this movie. I like Owen Wilson. I like Ted Lasso. They're okay in this movie, but they're not. They're just okay. Just an okay movie. So I think a 6, maybe even like a 5.5 is pretty good for this movie. So, anyways, though, that's gonna do it for this review. If you've ever seen Masterminds, love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below, as well as if you've witnessed the actual event. And until next time, guys, it's gonna do it. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.